pedals! I'm not Rob Chapman and I'm not Captain Leanderton, but they inspired me in a recent video to make a pedal board myself from wood. So without further ado, I shall show you what I've managed to create for a grand total of £24.70, not including pedals. I have just made the board that they'll go on. So let's have a look at it. Bullshit! So here we go, this is what I've managed to create. My super lightweight, homemade, pedal train-esque type deal with complimentary Velcro so that your pedals don't go nowhere. Yeah. How did I do it? Alright, by the way, this is a disclaimer. I am in no way gifted when it comes to making things, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Woodwork in school was about 12 years ago now, and I don't really remember much. So all I simply did was, after seeing the video with the captain and the chappers, it kind of inspired me. You know, I had like about 25 pounds, and I thought, you know what, I was in B&Q and I saw these strips of pine, and I thought, well, I could make like a pedal board like they did, but like maybe make it like a little bit more stylish, yet relevant for me, because I've only got one foot switch and one pedal because like I don't have money. But I thought in future when I'm buying pedals, you know, most of them will most likely be like the mini ones. So I thought if I make it kind of, you know, thin and long like the Pedal Train Nano, this is kind of a bit future-proof, so I can just have it sitting about, and whenever I get new pedals, they can go straight on. It cost me a grand total of £24.70. I made it in an afternoon. I just spent maybe, I don't know, 4 hours just making this, and all I did was I bought these, they're D-shape pine. I don't know if you can see the D, they call it D-shape. It was really sharp, so I sanded everything down. And all I did was I bought 3 strips of it. And they were about, I don't know, 90 centimeters long. Bought like 3 strips for like, I don't know, like £2 a strip. And then I cut them down to about 60 centimeters long. So this is 60 centimeters long in a minute. And the end bits I cut off, I simply used those to then make, you know, the cross braces. And all I did was I just used some really small like tacks, and I just nailed it all together, and there it was. It was a pine, you know, really light wood coloured pedal board with sharp edges. So I thought, okay, next step, had an electric sander in the shed. I thought, oh, all right, I'll make everything really smooth, sand everything down. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but all the edges were really sharp. And so I sanded them all down, made it look kind of real smooth so there's no sharp points, or made it look a little bit better anyway. So I did that, and I also found in the shed whilst I was looking this Ronsil wood stain that was quite dark in colour, and I thought, you know what, that would look really cool. So I put 2 coats on, front and back, and then I gave it a really light final sand, like 2000 grit sandpaper. And then I put a 3rd coat on the front. The back I just left as 2 coats because it's not going to get touched, so didn't bother wasting any time there. And once that was done, I thought, okay, so now I need like a way for it to sit on the floor properly, because it's quite long and it's pine, so it needed some kind of cross bracing in the middle, but the middle part, this needed to make contact with the floor as well, otherwise it would flex. It's super stiff anyway. I don't know if you can see it is flexing a little, but obviously once it's on a flat surface with each point on the floor, it doesn't budge, which is really good. Epically lightweight, man. I don't know about weights, but this is seriously light. It's gotta be lighter than a pedal train any day. So I needed some feet for it. I went to B&Q and I found these kind of self-adhesive rubber feet for small appliances, and I thought, well, yeah, okay, self-adhesive, but that's not really gonna stick well to wood, and this is gonna move about quite a bit. So what I did was I just got some super small screws and just screwed them in, just made a hole in them and screwed them in, so it now doesn't go anywhere. I also had floating around the Black Star amps logo badge, and come off of a Black Star amp that broke because it's Black Star. I joke. And I decided that the corners of it were really sharp. So I just used the same 2000 grit sandpaper and I rounded each of the corners off on the badge. Thought that made it look a bit better. And then I glued down. Then I came to the stage of thinking, okay, so now I've made it, I could just keep it as it is and cable tie my pedals onto it. But I thought, you know what, like, I've come this far, let's just finish it and get some Velcro. Now I went looking online for Velcro, and it was going to be the most expensive part of the pedal board, so I was kind of really annoyed because I thought, oh man, like so far it's cost me like £15 for everything I needed, screws, nails, wood, you know, everything to make this. And the Velcro was going to add like another 20 quid on, and I thought, you know what, we're pushing then 30 quid. I could buy a Nano, a pedal tray Nano for like 40 something. So I thought, man. Anyway, I went to Hobbycraft. It's like a hobby store here in the UK, and they sell actual Velcro. So it's a Velcro brand, which I presume would make it, you know, the Velcro to get if you're going to get Velcro. And they sold it, it was 2 meters for £8. Came with both sides, both the, you know, hook and the loops. So I thought, well, 2 meters is going to be long enough. I did the maths. And then I thought, okay, I'll buy that, stick it on, and job's done. Now, it just so happened that as I was doing it, before I made any kind of like self-adhesions, I thought, hold on, let me just make this kind of this V shape for no apparent reason. I literally just roughly measured some stuff out and just cut it, and it's not perfect. You know, as you can see, the gap here is a little smaller than there. But this is a homemade pedal board. I'm a guy with no skills whatsoever. This is like the first thing I've ever made from scratch. So, came out okay. Now the Velcro, all I did was just cut it into strips, and obviously cut it so that it wasn't as wide as the wood. I wanted a bit of wood to be showing around the edges, and I just it's self-adhesive, but I also used some all-purpose like glue that I found in Hobbycraft as well, which cost me £1. So, and also it makes it easier because I was gluing quite long strips of Velcro on that were self-adhesive. I put the glue on the wood first so I could then put the Velcro on, and it afforded me maybe a few seconds where I could just slide it and adjust it in case it wasn't lining up. That's about it. After that was done, it was complete. I got a bit messy with the glue in certain places, but you know, it's an amateur, a homemade job, and for £24.70, I think it, you know, came out well. And it basically does as well exactly what I need it to do. Obviously the Black Star logo is taking up space on the pedal board, but because I don't have many pedals and this is a homemade fun thing, I thought I'd make it look cool by putting the logo on there, because I don't need that space. You could probably fit, you know, well, you could definitely fit the miniature pedals underneath it anyway, so you got that room there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've come up with. Thanks to Rob and Lee for, you know, you guys making awesome videos and inspiring me. So hell yeah, now I just need to one day find a job and get pedals and a power supply. But until that day, I'm just going to make my own shit. So anyway, it kind of it's not hard. It's not hard. Put it this way, if I can make this, then anyone can, you know? Oh, and with the Velcro on the end, it's I just cut it because obviously it was square at the end, where, you know, of the strip. So I just rounded it off to make it look a little better. And obviously the Velcro, It covers up the nails because I nailed this wood together. Easy to do, very easy to do, and it's cool. You've then got something made to your, you know, like size and whatever you need it for. If you've got wahs and, you know, big pedals or a power unit or something, you know, you'd want to make it longer maybe, I don't know. So yeah, that's about it, man. Any questions, man, just give us a shout, like. But yeah, cheers for watching. Peace.